Yep.
I've spent a lot of money on equipment.
Let me see equipment-wise. Do you think a grader would do better for removing topsoil?
No.
Yeah. Nope. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
Sounds like a big-ass bulldozer then.
I like the one that articulates, and I'll show you how the best way to use that so it's quick as fuck.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna rock a dozer,
Well, it's
Oh,
gotta
wait,
be
it's
European
different.
style.
Wait,
yeah,
remove
the
topsoil. Oh, you
Lin.
do.
What is it? Leber, the LHPR 736 is so far the best one I've found.
What?
And leave her.
Yeah, I can't really see it on the fucking
Yeah, it's not a bad
cut
one.
they give.
That one does articulate left and right.
Which one are you talking about, Frank?
I'm talking about the case. 2050.
Dude, the fucking case does not work worth a fuck for me.
It worked great for me last night.
If you're only going like real shallow, yeah,
Well, no,
I could see that.
it was because I was like I did that first pass to the right, and then everything else was to the left, and it just cleaned everything up good as fuck.
I'm sorry, I tried that when I ran it. It didn't work worth a fuck for me. Like, I hated that thing.
Let's see, my crew.
Move the fucking keyboard back. Forgot I was playing Tarkov last night.
See, I haven't used this one though. Hope you don't mind.
You guys are
fast
both
traveling.
foremen. Don't mind it at all.
Yeah. Thanks,
Prefer
bro.
it. And then let me get my dump truck out. Everything's stored right now, so if you want something out, you're just gonna have to go and look at it.
That works. How deep's that got to cut? Not really that deep. Cool.
No, you're just clearing topsoil.
Some of the topsoil removals actually cut pretty deep, though.
Hello?
What up, Corey?
Hello, friends.
What's up, buddy?
Hello.
What are y'all doing?
Construction sim. What are you doing? How's the new apartment?
It's nice. I just couldn't get any of my shit in there today, and it's it's not fun, you know. It's not fun.
God damn, this thing's touchy.
That's what she said. Hi, Spinner.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
Oh, decent. How are you?
You know, I'm doing pretty good.
You realize I've been dragging you around, right?
Dragging you around?
You?
Oh, no, I'm in the menu right now. Just blowing a bunch of money real quick. Jordan, there's plenty of stuff in the vehicle fleet or at the store.
Oh, don't spend all your money.
Fucking
That's
spend it.
$348,000, and I still have yet to take out $1 million loan
Oh, I forgot you could take out loans.
Yep.
for the progression. I moved into a new apartment, eh?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's a little bit smaller than the one I had before, but it's like super nice, completely renovated. I'm the first tenant since the renovation. I have no one that. It's a first floor on a corner. There's no one above me or next to me at all, so I have no neighbors.
Hell
super
yeah.
quiet. I have a carport that's literally right outside my fucking my door. So I just step outside, my car's there. It's covered. I don't have to deal with anything. Pretty fucking stoked.
Well, that doesn't sound half bad.
Nope.
Doesn't even sound 3/4 bad.
No. Not even a quarter.
Nope.
It's a little bit more than what I was paying in my old place, but still, like, not. It's not even $100 more than what I was paying, so it's a significant
You
quality
can't fucking
increase.
beat that.
Nope.
Good for
That
you.
also goes to show like how dumb the Austin market is.
Why are you bringing all that stuff out, Jordan?
I didn't bring any of it out. Spinner did. I just transferred this over here.
We don't need any of that for...
No, really?
Or why is this Scorpion aggro to me? That's stupid.
I've learned selling all the bulk goods is the best way to roll.
Don't be a cunt.
Don't be a smartass for no reason.
Yeah, we can use that ground compactor now.
I already hopped into it. That was the first thing I brought over because it was the next thing we needed.
I don't know why that excavator made its way over here, though.
I brought it for the hell of it.
Ah, okay. We might need it to lay down piping or something.
Not for a road. It's all
One of
road
them I
road.
had to.
No.
One of the roads in a residential area I had to run.
Gravel. Nope, that's all we're gonna need is gravel and paver.
Oh, hell. This ain't gonna be a hard gig, then. I have the paver in there, and I have...
You have a paver already? Is it the cat?
No, it's the Bomag.
The cat's better because it expands.
The Bomag expands.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's one that does not. You're definitely right on that. There is one that does not expand.
When do you get internet, Corey?
Technically it should have been today, but it's not fucking working. I've been calling all day and it won't fucking work properly, so I have to get someone to come out and actually service it tomorrow, which is really stupid.
Hell yeah. Who you going through? Is it some big company or?
Yeah, Spectrum. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Have you tried?
I know Spectrum. It's here in Colorado.
Have you tried unplugging it?
It needs to be activated, but like I think there's something wrong with the actual cable, because it's definitely not working
Ooh,
right.
You got, what is that? Is that your dump truck there? Oh, you bought the articulating.
Hey, buy once, cry once has been my philosophy in this game, and it's worked out.
You're in the articulating. No, I just, the big blue one is the one I've been using.
But I need, the asphalt haulers are different. I'll probably buy one of them.
You don't need one.
You're just gonna self-fill?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quicker and easier.
Yeah, it is.
And it really doesn't cost any more in comparison.
Nah, not when you had travel costs and fuel costs for
And
running it.
the cost of buying both equipment.
Hello.
What's up, Swings?
Club swing.
Hello?
So we're live right now with Spinner and Butterbean at the moment, or LB7
What's
Dirty,
going on?
or Jordan as his name appears on here. So Swings is in the Discord. If he wants to join us, he could go live with us too. I have no idea what you just said. That's probably why I've got you turned down for some reason, Swings.
Jesus.
I'm a dick.
See where I stand?
You were at 80%. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I do. I was watching House of the Dragon the other night in here, and I turned everybody down. You must have left
See how it is.
before I turned you back up.
Hell shucks.
Did you fast travel out of the dump truck? Spinner?
Yeah,
You-
but it's right over here by the quarry.
You took it to get...
If it was over here by the quarry, is someone else in it?
I'm in it.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I just couldn't find it for a minute. I was like, uh-oh. Let me move this dozer out of the way.
Thank you, sir.
So in all honesty, you'll probably need the dozer with the articulated because I think it doesn't dump very smooth.
I got this. Don't worry.
They've got some weird fucking game glitches they need to figure out with multiplayer. Is the bucket breaking on that for you too, Spinner?
Yep.
Okay.
It's just beginning of the the first round of this thing. I don't think it's been updated. I'll hop in this and whenever you get this pass done, I'll run the blade through it as you're pouring the next pass.
I'm already at over 50%. I think we may be good, but you can go for it.
Judging by how much you have left inside your ass in, it looks like you'll probably make it. I won't mess with it.
Yeah, we're at 70%. I don't think you need to.
Yep, that'd be it. Go and sell all that out of there.
Yep.
Then Jordan's in the compactor.
That one's big. Has a lot of space.
Which one?
The Doosan.
Oh, yeah. And I like it because it has the closed off ass end too, so your product doesn't fall out the back of you.
It still
It's
falls
some-
out the top.
Yeah.
You can use the asphalt compactor for gravel as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. I think if they were able to get some more sponsors and stuff and get some more equipment in here, this game could be the next version of Farm Sim.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Better.
Oh, yeah.
It's already better.
Nope, I lied
No.
to you.
I don't get bored.
Spinner. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get bored. I get bored on Farm Simulator. I don't get bored on this. I lied to you. You can't use the asphalt compactor for gravel. I could have swore I had.
Thankfully not. Oh,
You ever seen an asphalt compactor go off-roading?
that looked like a pretty good off-road. I know there's so many different machines, so many different things to do. I imagine you'll get quite a few hours in before you get bored with this game.
Yeah, and then you got Europe map.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
on Europe map right now.
Yeah, so that's what
Are
we're
ya?
on.
So if you haven't checked it out and want to check it out, we've got a spot open.
Yeah, we do have a spot open. You want to be our fourth?
Currently in baseball, but I was gonna go start the bridge project.
Yeah, fuck the bridge.
Are those general contracts or those storyline contracts?
Up the bridge.
Yeah.
The bridge is campaign.
It's a campaign.
Okay.
The bridge fucking sucks donkey dick, dude.
Oh, I want to do something like that. I'm interested to see what the European one has.
Bro, there's
Well,
some
the-
big.
the worst
fucking-
Part to the bridge is the fact that, like, if where it tells you to put all the building supplies is you're doing a bridge, so you're fucking covering over water, and you've actually got half of it goes to the other side, and it doesn't tell you that.
Oh,
And then you've got to transport all the fucking. You actually have to transport everything. There's no fast travel on anything on that one for the other side. So you've actually got to load everything up on a trailer, fucking drive it over there.
that makes for good stream quality, though.
Yeah, like it wasn't bad. It was just aggravating when one, you're doing the thing completely solo. Two, it doesn't tell you any
Oh,
of
yeah.
this. It delivers everything to the other side.
Is your crane big
So
enough
you
to
gotta-
reach across?
Yeah.
Nope.
Fuck.
That's a punch
It
in the
most
dick.
certainly is not. And
Right.
you've gotta actually put the road down from both sides. So you've got to start on one side, get
That's
it most of the way there, and you're just fucking barely not long enough to reach to the other side.
It's a big fucking job
Yeah.
And someone want to follow me with the asphalt compactor?
then. Will it let you do that?
Yeah, we have
Uh-huh.
both jobs open right now.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
alright. The European one's probably like, build this camp. I'm like, wait a minute.
This.
We've been
God
down this
damn it.
before.
God damn it.
So that's weird. It's telling me to construct this place called Dachau. It's like, oh, big hoop, big hoop.
This is big brain shit right here, dude.
Yep, and I'm about to make my turnaround. I'll turn around in the whatever this is.
You're turning slow.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Is that tracked? Yeah.
Probably.
No,
Use the opposite controls.
yeah, use your bumper.
Yeah, I'm keyboard.
Like the forward and back.
Oh.
No, we're all keyboard, Jordan. We're not plebes.
Yeah, we're not rich folk like you guys.
I have an Xbox controller.
Yeah, we're not plebes.
Wow.
Is it plebes or plebs?
Definitely plebs.
It's
Probably plebs.
'Cause there's no double E, so it wouldn't be a long E sound. Right? Be plebe.
pretty sure
pleb.
Roman times they were called plebes.
Yeah, but in modern American English,
But
an
where
E
does-
by itself is a short E.
But
not
it's
a long E.
it's a Roman word. Where does the term come from?
Yeah, but that, I mean, Then why don't we spell everything with a U? Because that's how the British spell, you know, like color with a U. Because that's where it came from, right?
The British also spelled judgment wrong and color and
Yeah, so-
canceled.
So origin
also
doesn't necessarily
haven't been
matter
to
in
the moon.
modern American English. So
Well, nothing matters in modern English.
that's why I'm saying, wouldn't it be plebs, not plebes?
I mean, we can say it how we wish. Tomato, tomato. You know what I'm saying. Clip magazine.
Plebes.
Plebes. They're daggone plebes. Sounds like some hillbilly trying to pronounce something in a
But
Mexican
normally,
restaurant.
It does.
normally I do say pleb. But in this chat, sometimes I get made fun of for using big words, so I have to. Well, I'll just say it. Dumb it down occasionally.
Oh, this better get 100% off this one tank.
It will. Does that make sense, Corey?
I lost focus. I was texting a Hope.
Whoa.
Wow.
Respect the women.
She doesn't respect me, so
Oh. Does she spit in your mouth?
I spit in hers.
So the disrespect's mutual.
Yeah,
I don't spit in
That's
anyone's mouth.
you're missing out. It's fucking hot as shit.
My girlfriend would not like it if I was spitting in people's mouths.
And you spit in her mouth?
I do not spit in her mouth.
You're missing out.
That's actually about on the same. Call me vanilla if you will, but that's about on the same level as calling me daddy. Don't fucking do it.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know.
No,
I mean,
there's
In
no
certain
I don't. There's
situations,
no I
it's
don't
just
know
right.
about it. Do not call me daddy. I don't have a daddy kink. I am not your father. I have never given birth to a kid, and I don't have kids, so I'm not daddy.
I think you're missing out on some fun, but that's fine.
No, see, no,
I
I've
have to
had
have a Corey
someone.
on this one.
I have had someone call me daddy during extracurricular activities.
Extracurricular activities.
And it did nothing but weird me the fuck out.
Again, that's fine. Nothing
Like-
wrong there.
So it's not like I haven't experienced it, and I wanted to be into it because she was into it, but it, yeah, nope, just
That's
made
fair,
me feel
just-
weird.
As long as you don't kink shame us, you know, we're okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All good.
I feel
All
like
love here, brother.
I'm about to kink shame you, and you're gonna get majorly offended by what I'm about to say. But I feel like people with daddy issues and guys who like being called daddy are borderline pedophilia.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm playing.
Now you're making me reevaluate.
Oh
I get
God.
where you're coming. I get where you're
I'm
coming
saying
from.
now, all
Yeah.
of a sudden, the
But
silence over
it's-
this crowd is insane.
But at the same time, it's two consenting adults. It's not.
Oh, I completely understand that.
And in the community, it is about, you know, being a father figure, providing. That is in essence what it is.
But in a relationship, that's not your goal as a human. It's
But that's the thing. It's not about the relationship. It's literally about the play. It's not about, you know, what are we, it's not about like having dinner next Friday. It's about what are we doing in the bedroom.
oh, and I'm doing lots of things in the bedroom, but that is an aspect that confuses and makes me feel uncomfortable. And like
That's
I said,
fine.
call me vanilla if you wish.
I
Bruce is a
won't.
pagan kind of man.
Oh, I'm definitely not. I know a guy.
I know. You make
Hank
You make it-
you know, so long as you're true to yourself, it doesn't matter what you do. in
Just-
bed.
I'm willing to do a
Just
lot
saying-
of things, but there's just some
You-
things that are.
That's fine, but I'm saying as a community, the daddy kink, it's called DLG if you're really interested.
You really know a lot about this.
I
Are you in that community?
I happen to practice it. Yes.
Okay.
Practice it. What are you, a doctor?
So job scope on this, boys, is high. 2.6 million's my outcome on this.
Okay, so
Are you-
finish what you were saying. I'm listening to you.
I'm just saying that there are some people that want to feel like the other person is responsible for them. That's just how
And-
they enjoy sexual relationships.
Not trying to be a dick or facetious, but you don't get that. You don't get the being responsible for somebody by just being their partner or their husband
That's
or
what-
boyfriend. It doesn't come from just
Re-
that. Like, I'm asking legit
reword-
questions because I
Reword that in another way. What you just said confused me.
You
Reword it.
said that the daddy kink is they feel like you want someone to feel responsible for you, blah blah blah, right? Like, you don't feel responsible or taken care of by a husband or boyfriend without that.
No, it's not. It's not about having someone there to take care of you in that sense. It's about relinquishing control. Does that make sense?
But then why not just go to the master, the dom sub route and go say master and slave?
It's a dom sub.
I'm
It's
just
an offshoot of dom sub.
okay.
It's a softer, more romantic side of things.
Then that's where I'm lost.
Why?
Because I don't
Bro,
see
it looks
any.
like most of the soil's that.
I'm
right
not
there.
trying like this.
I'll bring the
Again, I'm
dump-
not trying
dump
to be a
truck by so
dick
you
or
can-
kink shame or anything, but I don't understand how
Okay.
anything romantic comes from being called daddy.
Oh, someone's already in it.
It's just an enduring term that people decide on. It's
Like, to me, daddy is a term for children with their father.
that's fine. But in BDSM,
Well, and I understand that. I just don't understand it. Does that make sense?
you don't. I think you understand it. I just don't think you like it.
No,
And
I
it's okay not to-
understand that it's part of that culture. I just don't understand how it could be that.
Because
Does that make sense?
I'm going to preface this with, if you guys don't judge the shit out of me, I will explain it.
Well, I'm
Because
not going
this
to judge
can-
you.
Well,
That's
the
why we're
rest of
having
these
the
guys,
conversation.
some of these guys
Oh.
I don't know real well, and I want
You
to
know
be
the
very.
stance on me.
I am streaming,
be-
by the way. Do you want to continue this conversation now that I say that?
I'd rather not on stream,
Okay.
but
We'll save it for another time.
we'll have a conversation for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm understanding people and their psychology helps me understand, like, interact with people better. So, does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
It just I think we've got to fill this hole over here.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna work this dirt that way.
I'll get in the thing. I'll dump this in it. And then Jordan can spread it out.
And then I'll flatten.
No, if he does the first pass one way and then the rest, yeah, like that, we should be fine. I wish your internet was working, Corey, and you could play Construction Sim with us.
I guess The-
Yeah, sorry.
the shortest,
You're
like,
good.
best way I can explain it is like, I don't like the point of being called master. That to me just,
It's weird
Yeah.
too. I could understand that.
yeah.
It's all about control. It is. It's about
Control and trust.
All right, go ahead and fill me back up.
very much trust.
Speaking of sex,
It's
I
mostly
just daddied the fuck out of that hole, by the way.
it's very much about
I'm
control.
sorry. I'm sorry. That was wrong of me.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
oh hell, you did. Oh,
I've
that
got
hole
one-
pretty decently.
I've got one partner who's she's very much into it.
So,
She likes to be praised. Let's just say.
okay. Well, and maybe I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've been with a lot of women, but none of them really had that I know of. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I just didn't fulfill their needs properly. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know, but
And it's in that sense, it's about communication. It's not something you can just dive into like.
most of the women I've been with though were one night stands, and this is going on the internet forever. But
Yeah.
but honestly, most of them were one night stands that, I mean, I never necessarily not talked to again. But it was, we were in the Army, and a lot of people don't understand this, but like, sex isn't anything more than taking care of a physical need for most of the time in the Army, unless you're actually in a relationship with somebody. And I'm sure Spinner can attest to this.
Yeah, that's exactly
Like
it.
for me, I
It's
had
a
sex.
physical need between two consenting adults.
I had extracurricular activities with several friends. I mean, and everyone's like, "Well, how can you just have sex with a friend?" I'm like, because we were there, we had a need that filled, and we took care of it. That's all there was to it. There was no emotional attachment. There was no romance to it. It was like, "Hey, I'm coming over for a quickie," and then we joked about it for months about how it was a quickie that wasn't quickie. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend hates when I say talk about that though. She does not understand one bit, but she hasn't had near the sexual partners that I have. So that's one thing we
Yeah.
don't talk about is my sex life.
That's fine. I mean, that's between you and the woman that you date. You know, in today's day and age, you should have these conversations. You should be open and honest about, you know, partners and
Well, and if they want to
and all
know,
that.
like
yeah, absolutely.
I don't care how many people she'd been with, but I was kind of curious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the number was very low.
Uh-oh. Makes you feel like you need to slut shame yourself.
Yes.
I know, because I've been in
But-
those shoes.
She
Like, ah.
she has no desire to know my number or anything like that. And I tried to explain the whole Army mentality of it and why I was higher. I mean, she doesn't know like the number or anything like that, but tried to explain the Army mentality of it, and she just doesn't get it. She thinks it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. Like, I understand, like, not everybody's gonna be down with that or care. Or, I mean, she doesn't care. She just doesn't want to know. Because she is a somewhat jealous person. That's like, so it's just, I don't know. But we have talked about stuff. I mean, I know what she likes and what she says absolutely no to.
Yeah. And it's it's the same thing with, you know, BDSM. It's the same general ideas that some people enjoy that, and you have a you talk about it, and you know, if both parties are down to do it, then you explore. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong about it.
No, and I wasn't trying to say there was earlier. So if that's the way it came up, I apologize.
No. I mean, in some people in BDSM, they don't want to be called daddy either. They want to be called, you know, master or boss or anything that shows authority.
And see, I'm fine with being called babe or Frankie.
No,
Like-
Some people don't even want to be called babe. They don't like pet names.
You know what I just thought of? Yeah, call me Sergeant.
Well,
Speaking of
it's like
places of authority,
the term baby, right? It's not something I use. Like I say babe a lot. Especially when I'm talking to Taylor, like specifically when I'm talking to Taylor. She calls me baby. And like she really likes it when I say baby, but it's not something I say a lot because I don't know, I feel weird saying baby. It's I don't know why. It just I don't know why.
Infantilism. I know what it is.
I do say it to her. But it's just I've always said babe, so like that's always
Babe's fine.
yeah, and she doesn't bitch when I say babe, but when I like the first time I called her baby, she got a little giddy. So like she likes it when I call her that. So I do call her that from time to time. I just don't do it a lot. Cuz it's normally babe or dear.
I call one slut bag.
Is her name Anthony?
No, it's not.
Damn.
She likes it when I call her slut bag.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. We have a good time together.
This is a stream that's gonna make me famous.
It's gonna get a lot of people questioning what the fuck's going on. No, but one of my very close friends, him and his girlfriend just refused to call each other pet names.
Okay.
It's just their first names. Just will not. No pet names.
Well, like
They
for
don't
me,
they don't like it.
is that just a life thing or just an extracurricular thing?
What do you mean?
Is that just something they do for sex or just in general?
Since I've known them, they have never called each other
Okay.
any pet names.
Well,
it's
that
just something they
explains
don't.
it.
Yeah, they just don't enjoy them.
I was having a
conversation.
conversation similar to this a couple weeks ago with someone. I'm like, if you're the mommy and daddy thing for me, like, say I have kids and I walk in and I call my old lady, mommy, you're just keep coming this way, Spinner. You're going lower.
yeah, I realized that when I looked at the vision, that all that's yellow, not green.
And I call her mommy. It wouldn't be a sexual thing for me. It would be hey, you're the mother of my children. You are mommy. You know what I mean? Like, or if she comes in and says daddy, like, and it that's a very southern thing. Like, as far as I've experienced, you see a lot of older, I don't know about a lot, but I've encountered a lot of older Southern couples that they'll call their significant other that they have kids with, mommy and daddy. You know what I mean? Or mama or papa. Something like that. So to me, that's what that is. You know what I mean? Like if I walk in, I'm like, hey, mama. I'm talking to her because she's the mother of my children. That's why I'm calling her that. You know what I mean? It has no
sexual context
behind it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up in a broken home where there wasn't a mom and dad in it. So those terms meant something completely different to me.
That's fine. I just fucking died. Some PKer just fucking killed me, and now I'm upset.
Would that make sense?
Graveyard by the church.
I think you're just gonna make it worse, Jordan. I'm getting another dozer.
Hell, if you're gonna get it, you can either buy it outright or rent it. Don't matter to me.
I'll rent it.
If I'm gonna start a streaming channel, they should be buying all this stuffs and things.
No, not yet.
I have a bunch of loose dirt over here for you to pick up, Jordan.
Does it want you to pick up the loose dirt?
We can sell it. You can sell it for damn good money. nearly 20,000 a bucket or a load. It's there on the very left-hand side. Yeah, I'm just pushing everything down that way.
All right.
Something I really want to try, but I can only try it twice, is knife play on my nipples.
Excuse me, what?
You're shaming us. Wait a minute.
Hit me with that one more time, please.
I'm playing
It's what?
Well,
knife
I can
play
only
on my
hit you with it
nipples.
one more time.
I can only
Okay.
do it twice. I'm done now.
No, you can do it more. You can do it more than once. Like, you can do it more than once, buddy.
I've only got 2 nipples.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you
she's
don't have
got
to
two.
cut them off.
Oh, yes, you
Well.
do.
No, you don't.
Oh, if we're going, we're going.
You've heard it here first, chat.
I actually had my nipple ripped in half one time.
But that felt. I bet that felt
Oh
great.
God.
Damn, PK really took all my shit.
Cause you know I had my nipples pierced. We were wrestling one time, and my buddy definitely bit a hold of my nipple as I was throwing him off of me,
Uh huh.
and ripped my fucking nipple in half. I about blasted him in the fucking mouth. I was so mad.
That's very aggressive.
That guy enjoyed my absolutely fucking nothing that I had. So fucking.
They're gonna start making TikToks about the kink shaming gamer.
This guy is a bigot, is what the context will say.
I don't think he's really shaming. I just don't think he understands what he's talking. I just don't. I don't think he. Yeah, I don't think he understands what he's talking.
Oh, I understand what I'm talking about. I just don't understand how it's enjoyable.
Then you don't. I mean, then you
So
don't know what
maybe
you're
you
talking about.
want
No, I
nipple play.
prefaced that. I said that the whole time. That I didn't understand how these things were enjoyable.
And yet you're talking about them.
But that was the conversation, right? I was trying to learn more about it and why it was a thing.
Right, and that's why I'm saying you just don't understand what you're talking about. The
And
context is there.
In a certain context, I don't. And I admitted that.
Right. I'm not saying that's, again, not saying it's wrong. Just what it is.
My bad.
Sorry, I
I
forgot.
thought you were staying up for.
I forgot you were there.
We just had a little fucked up traffic jam is all.
Kids, I'm going to bed.
Night, bub.
Yeah, buddy.
Gute Nacht.
I'm gonna go an hour early. The line was down 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the rollovers was broken. So, short line was ran dry, and then we sat for 2 hours and didn't do anything.
Sounds like a good day.
It's horrible. But y'all have fun now.
We'll see you, man.
Oh, see you, bye.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Hello. Figured we'd do some docking.
No,
Oh.
Chinese dick traps.
Trying to stick traps.
We are not making any progress.
We gotta remove all this dirt out of here.
That big pile in the middle is not helping.
I'm chunking at it. Oh Lord, baby Jesus.
That truck made one hell of a high spot there. Fuck. Well, that's all we're doing is making fucking high spots. It'd be a whole lot better if we'd have waited till the end for him to scoop all this out when we got everything flattened out in the center.
This is all the topsoil I've removed from the right of me so far. Because it was right on the verge of yellow and I didn't realize it. And I was like, ah, damn it.
Like, we're literally back down to 79%.
That's alright, we'll get back there. This just means more money we'll be getting. I'm a zero funds left behind kind of guy.
Jordan's truck is in my way.
Yeah, that's what I figured was gonna fucking happen.
Honestly, if you got that front loader out, that front loader take this ridge right here, and that'll bump us right up. Let me grab the front loader real quick. This thing out of the way. And really, the grader doesn't work for removing that topsoil?
No, I tried.
What's it used for then? Like, what can we use it for?
It fucking sucked.
Seems like a useless piece of machinery in this game.
So far, there's only been one job we found on US that it was used for, and that was a fucking track of some sorts.
I got you.
I'll be right back. I got this. Ratchet, it's not even about being wrong. Go fuck yourself. I'll be right back.
Right there. It'll be alright, because I imagine you're stuck.
Yep, I'm completely hung up on the ridge there. They're over.
I'm back.
Don't worry, I'm just scratching the paint.
Fuck the bucket loader might be the best fucking bet for this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The
Because you
excavator
just
works
scoop
fine.
it.
It was just we had two people fighting each other basically.
Oh. Go over this, it's a small pile of dirt.
So they say, I'll back up to you, bro.
Okay. I'm just hitting this ridge right here, and that should throw us over
Right.
the percentage.
You know, Corey, that's not something I expected out of you, though.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. I just figured you'd be vanilla.
Fuck. No.
Not in a. That's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to.
For me, it is. It is.
So, well, I apologize for thinking that then. I didn't mean it to be a bad thing. Does that sound better?
Yeah. No. I get what you're saying for sure. I enjoy some of the more tasteful things in life.
Frank, can you store these bulldozers? I keep running into mine. I thought I had that out of the way.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you do need to take and refuel and repair them 25 times for the first upgrade.
I'll just move them out of the way when I get back.
You can quick sell that. Probably be good. You look
right there.
full. Yeah, $5 grand.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't understand why the fuck this thing is just randomly moving.
That's probably me bumping you.
Not even without you hitting me. It's just randomly fucking doing a tornado.
Oh. Well, yeah, I see it.
Does yours have a bigger bucket than mine?
I don't know. I just went with the European theme, so.
And I'm fucking stuck. Before you get to 99, you better take this and pull some more dirt up since you want to make more money.
Be alright. I'm being just greedy now. Job payout for this is going to be nearly $3 million.
Yeah, it'll be less just because you got to factor in for bought materials.
I mean, pop materials are getting. Jesus. There we go.
Dude.
We can still
Yep.
finish scooping all this shit up.
Yeah, if you want to just keep on selling that shit, we'll just scoop it up.
Mine's not tall enough. Yeah, it is. I'm stupid.
I'm gonna empty this thing before it fucking breaks.
Alright.
Because it was starting to float because you're pouring off the side.
Yep.
And I wasn't even full, it was just you weren't quite all the way in.
Yeah,
Story of my life.
same.
But no, they need to fucking, like the articulators need an update because for one, the fact that the fucking tires on this look like Hot Wheel tires at all times. And for 2, it acts like they're fucking Hot Wheel tires. Like it acts like it's sitting on fucking plastic. There you go. I'll move.
I couldn't. Sorry. Maybe you should go to the flat area, Jordan. And we'll come to you.
So I'm doing surprisingly decent. Well, I don't know what the hell just
I'm
happened.
out by the road. Because I feel like I shouldn't have an issue. Right there, it's fine. I feel like I shouldn't have an issue reaching over the edge of that, but I am.
Oh. You guys just get a massive frame rate drop?
Probably the time the light changed in the game.
See, I'm able to back away from you now.
Let me get the fuck out of this thing, see if it quits fucking twisting.
Also help if I...
You need to come
So
back
if you want to keep making money off of it, yeah, we need one piece of equipment in there at all times.
I hop this way and then I'm going to store all these pieces of equipment.
Which ones you
take
want
them,
stored? Asphalt and shit?
refill them and shit.
What about refilling them and shit?
Refill them and repair them.
Oh, repair them. But
I'll start
Frank.
moving shit.
Yeah, I'll do the same because my
Well, I need you to help me
frames
with
are not.
this.
Oh yeah. As soon as you get those things out and refueled and repaired, then store them.
Yep. I can do that, bud.
For my 3060 is not having a good time for some reason. Oh, this Doosan has an auto level function. We'll keep the bucket in the same look.
You're getting about $5 grand a load.
Let's just get up to 600,000. We'll call it a day.
God damn.
Well, hey, that's how I have so much money so soon. This is what I was doing by myself.
I can't wait for you to play this with us, Corey.
Oh yeah.
Be
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you, Jordan.
No problem.
I think that Doosan's probably a better machine.
Which one?
The one you're running.
That's not too bad. I'm wondering about bucket size though. I think yours might be bigger.
But yours moves better, is taller, and
Yeah, not the short, fat American machines. Which ain't nothing wrong with them. They're little powerhouses.
well, it's a case, so it's got to be good. I'm just glad there ain't no John Deere shit in here.
What are you, a Red fan?
I like Case International.
Oh,
I also like New Holland.
New Holland is a nice, like, that's like the Mercedes-Benz of farm equipment. It's so nice.
I just like their equipment, not necessarily just their farm equipment.
How about 575? That'll be good. Then we can move on to something else. Imagine anyone viewing this is probably decently bored.
Oh, no one's doing it. Don't worry.
Oh,
I'm a realist.
feel that? So what do you think about the parody of half full or half empty?
And
Tell me what you think, and I'll tell you my realization of it.
can you elaborate as to, are you just saying posing the philosophical question, is this glass half full or is it half empty?
Yes.
Just based off that, if you wanted a simple answer, I would say it's half full. However, I also realize that it can be filled completely. If that makes sense.
Because it's both filled with air and water?
No, I was going to say I could take it to the sink and fucking fill it up all the way.
Ah, I get you. I'm more of a situational, because normally 9 times out of 10 when people ask you that, they're like, they point at something, it's like, is that half full or is that half empty?
It is a very situational thing.
Yeah,
Like,
if I see someone fill it up, it is half full.
If you're
If I saw
drinking,
someone, yeah, then it's half empty.
yeah, you're like, oh, my glass is almost empty. Okay.
A lot of people look more in depth into it on that as if you're a pessimist or an optimist.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing is supposed
That's
to be
been
for.
the biggest argument I've heard about it is.
That's what
That's
that's what
essentially
it's
what it is.
for.
If you say it's half empty, you're a pessimist. If you say it's half
Yeah.
full, you're an optimist.
Corey, which is it?
Neither. It's a state of duality for me. It's both and neither.
I could dig that.
I like it as well. Okay. So you're standing on train tracks. Have I asked you guys this already?
You haven't asked me this, and I know where you're going with it.
Standing on
But
train
ask me.
tracks. There's one guy tied to. You're at a Y. When you have the lever to switch tracks in your hand. There's one guy tied to your left track and 5 people tied to your right track. It is headed towards the 5 people. Do you pull the lever and kill the one guy, or do you leave it and let the 5 die?
Since I am in that situation and I am there, I feel solely responsible to do what's good for the group. If that makes sense.
It does.
Like, I would
You-
feel the same amount
kill
of
the
guilt
5.
pulling the lever. Yeah, I'd pull the lever and kill the 1. I'd feel more guilty if I killed the 5 and did nothing about it.
You would feel responsible if you let 5 people die, not necessarily killed them, but yes. And that's
Yep.
just Yep, I get that. It's like my argument when I gave my speech about special needs, right? And how they were treated unfairly in the workplace and this and that, or potentially treated unfairly. My teacher looked at me and he goes, you know, someone who didn't know you came in and heard you give this speech, they would 100% believe you were a communist. I was like, oh God, because I care about people and want to take and believe that we should take care of those that need it and let them feel as equals because they don't get treated that way.
I think that's just a sympathetic, you know, someone, because you were raised in somewhat of a conservative Christian home. I think that's more of what it is rather than a true communist home.
Well, actually, my dad was Southern Democrat most of his life. But my dad
He still had modern conservative values, though. No.
Yes, monetarily, yes, and no, he had a lot. He had a lot of conservative values, but my dad cared about people.
Yeah.
And one thing I always remember about my dad was he always loved like special needs individuals. Like if
Pull this one up and we'll clear the area. But continue.
If he saw someone that was special needs, like if they were a family friend's kid, or like, he loved them to death. And it's because while he was a hard man, he was a soft man as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So your old man had one of the best hearts out of anybody I've ever met in my life.
He's hard to explain, man. Like, he was a fucking hard ass. Busted his fucking ass every day he lived. But when it came to helping people and caring about people, especially the less fortunate, he was one of the most caring motherfuckers you'd ever meet in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that just comes from, you know, rural hospitality, Southern hospitality.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he grew up dirt poor.
Yep.
Sharecropping in Kentucky in the 60s. Working fucking tobacco fields at 8, 9, 10 years old.
There's definitely value in a sense of humility in hard labor like that.
It's the human experience. I mean, and it's different for everybody. The trials and tribulations we face as children and teenagers does do a lot to shape who we are as adults. And I wish I could fully explain my dad so that people would understand him. He was one of a kind, like, truly. I don't know if you ever got the opportunity to sit down and talk to him, like, in depth or anything. I know you'd been to the house a couple times, but I don't remember, like, conversations, obviously. You know what I mean?
I definitely remember him giving me a speech about, like, keeping my head down and really putting my nose to the grindstone when it came to music, you know.
And he
always supported me in that. He was never like, "Oh, that's a fucking weird thing," or.
Would you say similar? Would you say a lot like me?
Yeah, it was never a question for him either. And that goes for every parent that you know that all my friends have. There's never been a question of like, Corey, you sure you shouldn't go to college first, or you shouldn't go, you know.
But how many
backup plan?
How many of them?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: how many of them do you think were just saying what they thought you wanted to hear, instead of giving the advice they thought you needed to hear? They thought, not what you actually. Because clearly, I mean, like my dad, he was 100% genuine. If he thought it, he'd have fucking said it.
Yeah.
If he'd have thought that it was a horrible idea, he'd have said, Corey, I love you, dude, but I think you're a fucking idiot. And he'd have probably said it just like that.
I think there was only one time that ever happened, and it was because I wasn't working with like Jared, who I normally work with. I was working with this other metal band in Frankfurt, and I was talking to Anthony's dad, and I was talking like about how like we're gonna get a van. Like I was gonna buy a van, or did I already have the van at the time? I already had the van. Like we were gonna go on tour, and like it was gonna be a completely self-funded tour, and we were just gonna go around the Midwest and play shows, and he just said, no, that's probably not the best idea, dude. Like that's probably gonna end up costing you a lot of money. And at the time I thought it was like, oh, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But now that I've done it, and I get the cost of like actually going on the road and doing that shit.
Frank, you're more welcome to rent another backhoe if you want.
At the time, I thought he was like, just telling me like maybe this isn't the right thing for you, like music isn't the way to go. But after I've started actually like touring and doing it for a living, I think he was onto something, because that would have been thousands of dollars out of pocket.
It would have.
Just to go play some bar gigs for like 4 people a night, like making no money.
And not getting your name out there either, really.
Yeah. And it was with a band that I really wasn't like too keen on playing with,
Well, and that's like me. When you first moved to California, I was obviously and clearly excited for you. But like I've said before, I didn't know about the metal scene. You know what I mean?
I don't think anybody really knew about the metal scene.
I just didn't know about the odds or chances of breaking it big in the metal scene. You know what I mean? And obviously, I knew you weren't a country guy, so I wasn't gonna be like, oh no, you need to go play country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have never imagined when you left for California that you would be where you are now. I expected you to make it semi-famous. I expected you to do well. You know what I mean?
I'm actually semi-famous in Texas now.
Yes, but I meant just do well.
I've got girls who are top 1%ers on OnlyFans following me now.
Like,
fucking famous.
But no, does that? I mean,
seriously,
no.
like,
do you understand what I'm saying though? Like, I expected you to do well. Like,
yeah. It was.
But I see this, what you're doing now, catapulting you so much higher than what I ever dreamed.
100%.
Yeah, like I thought you'd make a living off of it. I never thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say by do well.
Already in your life, like this is incredible. Like any of my buddies personally know that they know your band.
It hasn't really set in that like I am, because I'm not trying to talk shit. I know this is being recorded, but the guys, to me, aren't giant in Texas. They're not. I still think they're cutting their teeth. Like, they're not a big band. But you're absolutely right. People across the country listen to these motherfuckers and know who they are, want to meet them, fucking love their music. So it hasn't really sunk into me that I'm like working for a big band. It feels more like I'm just working for a band. But the dudes are famous. The fucking dudes are famous.
You hang out with these guys damn near daily, right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
So this goes back to what I was saying the other day about not being how I'm not a huge celebrity fanboy. Like I don't get all giddy when I'm around someone who's famous, because to me, I'm just gonna treat them like they're regular people, because They are. They just happen to make a lot of money and a lot of people know them. You know what I mean? But like, it's like when I say I've got 18,000 followers on TikTok, people are like, "Oh my God, you're famous." No, I'm not. 18,000 ain't shit. That's the city of Frankfurt. You know what I mean?
And,
But-
and those people won't be able to pick you out,
No,
or rather, you wouldn't be able to go to any city and those people just be there.
exactly.
You know.
So, but fame is, it's relative for a lot of people. Like 18,000 followers is famous for some people. That's a lot of people. And that is a lot of people. But it's not Bon Jovi famous. You know what I mean? It's not Luke Bryan famous. It's not fucking Tom Cruise, God, I hate him, famous.
But he's famous as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very weird space to be in, because people look at me like, "Oh, you work for Pecos. That must be like a dream," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's always what I've always wanted to do."
You are fulfilling your dreams, so
It's a normal day for you, though.
That's the thing, is it's a normal day for me. It's
and they are normal people. They
They're normal,
joke
dude.
and they fuck and they laugh and they eat.
yeah,
They're normal people. They shit just like we do.
absolutely.
Their toilet's just nicer.
It's not. The fucking tour bus toilet sucks.
Well, that's a
Can't
tour
even
bus
shit-
toilet. I'm talking about it at
Can't
his
even shit in the
house.
toilet.
I'm talking about at their house.
Probably Pecos, but not. Maybe not the rest of it.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
I
like,
lied. They're all in really nice places.
there's a lot of things I can slack on in my house, but I've got to have a nice toilet.
Yeah, my toilet seat's fucking small. Oh shit! I actually gotta go. I gotta go try my new toilet seat out, because if it's a small one, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, that's
No
like
big
me.
deal.
Like my goals of being in
First
politics.
world country problems.
My goal of being in politics one day. Like, I'm not going to give that up. And then, but down the road, say I do get to where I want to be, at the height I want to be, people are going to be like, "I know him. I knew him in high school." And I'm just be like, "Dude, I drink Coors Light sometimes too. Like,
Yeah, there's nothing.
I'm not special."
For sure, and it's going back to the California thing. I think it was a lesson. It was a lesson on growing up, because not only had I never lived out of my parents' house, so it was now, learning how to be responsible with your money, doing the adult thing, and paying bills.
Well, that was a good. Don't.
None of that.
agree.
I'd never lived on my own. I never took care of anything. And then now it's like, oh, rent's due tomorrow. Where's your fucking rent money? Now it's scrambling to scrape together,
And as someone who left home at 18, I completely understand that. And it just drives me crazy because, and that's one thing one thing that I will credit college for is because it gives you some of that life experience if you go off to a bigger college. It gives you that I'm not at home anymore aspect. It gives you have to be a little bit more responsible.
Yeah.
And me leaving home, obviously it was different circumstances than a lot of people, but leaving home and leaving this small town changed me for the better. I would not be the same.
Best decision ever.
It is. I cannot stress this enough. It is a detriment to your health if you grew up and you stay in a small town. I understand why people move back. I think it's great.
Hell, you've contemplated
now-
it.
I'm now in a position to where I can move back, and I have been seriously thinking about it. But I cannot stress this enough, that if you are in a small town and you are a young person in a small town, you
need
have
to get
leave
away.
it.
You need to get away.
Just for a little bit.
Even if it's moving to Indianapolis,
somewhere, Lafayette.
move away from your hometown for a couple years. Give it 5-6 years working a job in a city somewhere other than your hometown, and give it. Just do it.
There's even a story in the Bible. Like, whether or not you believe in it, I mean, the Bible is still old as shit.
It's a good book on ethics.
No matter when it, even the new King James version is still old as fuck.
Yes.
And those stories are still relevant.
Yes.
I don't know
Good
exactly
teaching
which
lessons.
character, but God says you have to leave your father's home, and men who do not leave their father's home do not learn the value of taking your own life into your hands.
See,
They can't comprehend it.
I'm not against staying at home, saving money, doing what you've got to do while you're younger. Say, like Trevor's 19, right? He's working at Co-Alliance. And I told him, I was like, stay there. Save money until you're actually ready to go out. But you've got to go out.
You got to.
Got to. I mean, it was so good for me to see the world and to experience other cultures, essentially. I mean,
and that's another big. And to me, it's the biggest. It's the biggest threat to racism, because you go out and you view that, oh, well, that black guy I work with, he's not so bad. He thinks the same way as I do.
Oh, people don't realize how much alike we are.
Or the Mexican guy that's down on the line with me, he's ready for the weekend too, just like me. It's these
like
weird dudes who just cannot get out of their own way.
Yes.
They're so
being stuck in the pitchfork area, you know.
It's not even that. Like,
you're
even
stuck in that one mentality area, and it
But
will
even-
eventually lead through to you.
But
Like-
it's even like high class society, people who cannot get out of that society, like kids, teenagers, young adults who have lived in like Carmel or Lakeway here in Austin. Like, they have been force fed from a silver spoon their entire lives. Helicopter parents. They don't know how to live outside of that. And they were never forced to leave. Their parents were just always providers, and they don't know how to provide for themselves.
If I ever have kids, I want to be well enough off, and I will be well enough off, to where I can give them anything and everything they want. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm going to teach them like my dad did me. As far as like the work ethic and stuff, I'm not going to be a helicopter parent. Fuck that. But at a certain point, I'm going to be like, no, you need to go out and experience the world. I will be here. If you fall on your face, there's always a place for you to come back here and jump back up. But you've got to go fall on your fucking face.
Job has always told me, this has even gone back to when I first started playing music. He goes, I'll buy you your first one. The rest is on you. If you really want it, if you're really keen on to,
And I love that.
Getting into
And I love
a specific hobby, into sports, into art, whatever.
It's the perfect way to do it.
Even my first, as cliche as it is, because I've got an anvil on my fucking arm and an anvil on my belt.
Yeah.
He did the same thing when I was 10. He bought my first hammer, and he goes, "If you're really into this, you'll go get your next hammer."
You'll save money, and you'll be like, Dad, I want this hammer.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's always about like finding your own passion. Like, parents are there to provide the opportunities, but like, you can't just keep,
But at the same
Keep
time,
forcing that onto them.
I guarantee, as good of people as your parents are, even without being as good of people as they are, if you fell on your face right now, their door would be open for you to jump back up.
They already have. 2 years ago, when I was living with my ex, I couldn't make ends meet as well as I can now, and my mom, I would pay all my bills and then have $10 left to my name to last me, 2 weeks.
Yep.
And she would be like, "Well, how much do you need?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know, $100." It's like, "Okay, no big deal."
Yeah.
She would wire me some money, and it just, it's not that I used her for that, because
she offered.
it was always just, she just happened to know that I was in a rough patch. I don't know if I don't know if it was her intuition. I don't know if maybe that Hillary
mother.
talked to her. I don't know. But every time I would be stressing the fuck out, trying to find gigs or something to do to make, $100, $150 that week just to get through the fucking week, she'd always text me and go, "Hey, how you doing? You need anything?" So on and so forth. It was always, just always had my back. And yeah, I mean, even now, she wants to pay for plane tickets just so I can come home.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. They'll always be there for me, and I know that if anything were to ever happen, that they would help me get back on my feet. And that's what parents are supposed to do. They're not meant to coddle you. They're not meant to sit there and guide you through life. They're meant to help to raise you and to give you the best opportunity to start a life on your own. But it has to be on your own.
I would say as long as they're around, they are there to guide you. They're not there to provide for you as you're going through life as an adult. Because before my dad died, he was the guy I called when I had financial questions. He was the guy I called when I had issues. He's the guy I talked to about a lot of things in life that needed fatherly advice or just advice in general. So he was guiding me up until, even now, even after he's dead, he still guides me. I still hear shit that he would say when I do something, if it's stupid or good or no matter what. I hear shit that he would say.
For sure. And I think my reference to guiding was purely as like a child. Obviously your parents will guide you through life until they pass or whatever, but I mean, like, when you're born, they basically take care of you. When you're able to start doing things on your own, they help guide you through life, and then finally, as a young adult, you move on, and you, again, can't stress it enough, you have to move on and start learning for yourself, learning how to be your own person. Yeah,
you gotta fall on your face.
Absolutely.
And it's just, I could tell you, I could count on one hand how many times I called my dad for help while I was in the Army, because, and a lot of it's my pride. A lot of it was my pride, because I would not, he was getting my bank statements. He fucking knew. He'd bitch at me. He'd bitch at me. You spent $40 at P-Dubs. Like, Dad, quit reading my fucking bank statements. But, as a private, I called him twice and asked for $50 because I was out of money. I got paid, went out that weekend, paid my bills, and spent all my money partying. And I called him twice and asked for $50 to buy cigarettes and shit.
Yeah.
And then one time, I'd just gotten back from Korea, and I didn't even ask for it. He comes in the morning I'm supposed to leave to head out to Kansas, and he throws $100 on the bed. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Money for your trip so that you make it there all right. Get you something to eat, some fuel." I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, "I don't need your money." But really, that $100 helped me a lot. Helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom was the same exact way when I PCS.
I would have lived. I would have lived until payday, but I had to get there. I had to get an apartment. I had to get this. I had to get that, And if he hadn't given me that $100, I probably wouldn't have ate much that next week and a half. Because I was short on money. And I shouldn't have been. I was a fucking NCO in the Army, and I get they don't make a lot of money, but I had spent a month at home, so I'd had a lot of fun, spent more than I should, and I didn't have a savings account back then. I didn't. It wasn't a thing that I cared about. Like I was living my best life. You know what I mean? And that was right at the transition of becoming who I am today, if that makes sense. Like that was right at the transition of holding myself to a higher standard. Like I'd only been an NCO for less than a year, or about a year at that point in time. Been an NCO for about a year. So that was that. I was still in that transition phase from young specialist to NCO. I felt I'd done a really good job learning how to take care of soldiers, but I was still kind of wasteful in some of my own personal aspects, especially financially. So I didn't have money saved up like I do now. I didn't have a lot of the things that I would preach and try to teach somebody younger than me now. And him walking in, even though I did not ask for the $100, him walking in and giving me that $100 saved me so hard. And he'll never know how much I appreciate that. Like, never. And he used to say this thing, and it annoyed the fuck out of me when he'd say it. He'd be like, he's like, I'm gonna die soon. He'd always fucking preface it with that. I'm gonna die soon.
Oh God.
And
I know the same thing.
And I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Every time he said something about dying, it pissed me off because I was in denial. I did not want to accept that he was in bad a shape as he was. But he'd go, son, I'm not gonna be here forever to. He called it holding my hand, but to give me guidance and shit.
Yeah, that's the dad version.
That's the hard ass in him.
Yeah.
He'd go, sometimes in life you're gonna stub your toe.
Yeah.
You gotta pick the rock up, throw it away, put a Band-Aid on your toe, and keep fucking going. And I fucking hated it when he'd say it. Because I'm just like, I'm doing well right now. Like, quit fucking saying this to me. But after he died, man, I realized how much I leaned on him. Like, I truly did. He was like my confidant, my financial advisor, my best friend. Like, he was there for a lot. And I used him for a lot, even as an adult.
Yeah.
All through my 20s. Because, I mean, he died in 2016, so I wasn't 30 yet. 29 years old. Almost 29, something like that. And I didn't realize how much of a grounding rod he was for me. You know what I mean? A grounding rod, a backboard, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's what he was, and I didn't realize that at that time. So that's why that statement always annoyed me, but I understand it now.
Yeah, and that's what Yob said when he gave me this buckle. Is he was just like, I don't want there to be any drama in the family, so I'm giving it to you. And I was like, drama for what? Like, why would there be drama? Just because I'm gonna die soon. I'm like, Dad, dude, don't fucking tell me
that shit fucking sucks, man. I
don't want to fucking know that. Like, don't.
Exactly. I don't want to fucking hear this. Why are you saying this to me? But they're trying to. They're not doing it to be insensitive. They're doing it to make a point and to kind of cushion it when it happens. And there's no fucking cushion in it because it smacks you in the face like a fucking 10-ton boulder. There's no Yeah. I was lost. Fucking lost without my dad. And I had lived for a decade without him by my side. You know what I mean? He was in another state for a decade of my life, and I was still fucking lost without him after he died. And it never made it easier. All the times I heard him say, well, if I make it to this, or I'm not going to live much longer, or something about his health. And it's still crazy. He knew, man. Like, he fucking knew. I don't know how he knew, but he went laid down on New Year's Eve because, I mean, he was weak. He took naps. Went and laid down. It's 30 minutes till midnight. He's like, all right, I'm going to go take a nap. Wake me up after when it's midnight. So I go and wake him up right before midnight, and I let him know that the ball just dropped, like when it dropped, because he was still waking up, and I let him know. And he looks up at me and he goes, well, I got to see another year. I'm happy. Like, and that's
fucking rough.
And then he died the next day. He died on the 2nd.
God damn, that's fucking, that's rough.
Yeah.
Oof.
And those last couple days, were great. Like, he was in great spirits. He was doing well. He was up, moving around. And they say that's fairly common for someone when they're about to die.
Yeah.
The last couple days, they get this last breath of life, and they enjoy their last couple days. Now, I don't know if that's always the case, so if you're watching my stream and that's not what happened with your parents, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, like, offend anybody, but I've heard that multiple times, and that's what it was like for my dad. It was like he got this rejuvenation, and I was all happy. I was like, fuck yeah. I had just bought him stuff for Christmas that him and Trevor would have been able to do outside, like trying to find things, get him outside and doing better. You know what I mean? Like, I bought a metal detector for him and Trevor for Christmas. Like, it was a joint present that I got. And I got it back after Dad died. I still haven't opened it. It's still sitting in the fucking box that I bought it in. But, so I was all excited. I was like, fuck yeah, he's doing better. Like, he can't get outside right now because it's too cold. He can't breathe in this shit. But this summer, we're gonna bounce back. I'm gonna make sure he's out doing things. Like, I was like, I'm home now. I can make sure he's out doing things, having fun.
Yeah.
And he knew. He fucking knew that he was about to die.
That's wild, man. I mean, very, very bittersweet because obviously you got to spend time with him. You know,
If I had
some people.
I got the last 5 months of his life. I got out of the Army just in time to have the last 5 months of his life. And if I had not got that, we may not be having a conversation right now.
I'm glad you're here. Very glad you're here.
And if we were, it'd be a very different conversation because I would still hate myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my dad's starting to get to that age. He's not there yet. I don't want to speak ill of him. He's definitely not there yet. He's still moving around, doing whatever the hell he wants to do.
He's doing good. I see him out in the yard all the time.
Yeah, he's doing great. But that's another reason why I kind of want to, like, be closer if I can.
I completely get that, man.
Is to just, anything happens, boom, you know.
And you've been gone for almost a decade now.
6 years, I know. Pretty fucking insane. I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm 6 years out of Indiana.
All right, so let's hold this conversation. I gotta go fill my cup. I will be right back.
Also, you need to get an excavator.
I do. Sorry, I've just been standing around talking. Hopefully the people, if anyone is watching the stream, they're here for the conversation and not me actually doing anything, because I'm not doing anything.
Whether it's a stream or a conversation, I think it's a win-win.
I will be right back.
These are my favorite days
The
to play
fuck,
video
is that
games.
full already?
These are mine as well,
Yeah.
and
You got that off of 2.5 buckets.
I like that there's a group of us that can sit and have these conversations.
Yeah, it's almost like podcasting with games.
Yes, I love it. I'll be right back.
Now he needs some like cheap elevator, like jazz music in the background. Or he says
I
he has
wonder-
to fill up his
I
cup.
wonder if we could set up a server to where it's like a multi-screen. In one screen is like 4 smaller screens, and then it's all of our streams as a podcast.
Yeah, you can. On depending on where you're streaming at. Like if you stream on, say for instance, like Twitch, you actually have a multi-stream function.
Oh my god, that's what we're doing.
I don't know about YouTube, but I know Twitch for sure has a multi-stream
Gonna
where
be
you
a
can actually link everybody in.
It's gonna be a GMP podcast. Greatest idea ever.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back stream. So I learned the other day that what I have considered a suicide attempt for years is not classified that way.
Really?
What?
It is classified as I think she used the term suicide preparation. So I had everything prepared to do it but did not attempt it.
Oh yeah.
Is basically what they say.
Interesting.
Does everyone know the full story behind that? Like what actually happened, and why I did not do it?
I think as far as I got is that you put a handgun in your mouth, but that I think.
Well,
I'm not even sure.
and I know
No, I don't. No.
I was in a bad spot in Afghanistan, mentally. Relationship issues.
Afghanistan could also be a bad spot physically.
Yes, the stress of Afghanistan. Just mentally, I was in a horrible. My headspace and timing was not in the proper location, if you will, for the military viewers. And I sat in it wasn't planned. I went to take a shit one day, and I sat in the Porta-John with a pistol to my head for 3 hours.
It's been hot as fuck in there.
Well, it was one of those Porta-John trailer type things, so it had an AC in it. So
One of them fancy ones.
yeah, I was on the fob. We weren't.
But on Jeff.
Yeah, no, I was down the road.
Yeah, at that one compound.
Yeah, the PRT.
Yeah.
They called it Finley Shields probably when you were there. But for 3 hours, I sat there with a pistol against my head. And all I could think about was never seeing my family again. Never seeing some of my friends again. How it would affect them. And if it wasn't for the relationship, honestly, the relationship I had with my dad, I wouldn't be here. The relationship I had with some of my friends, my family, even, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But it's not considered a suicide attempt. It's just, I'm pretty sure the term she used was suicide preparation.
You think it would have been called an attempt when you were in the military?
It was called an attempt when I was in the military.
Yeah.
If it was found in the military, it would have been placed under 24-hour watch inside a room. They don't handle it too well. We have the resources to handle it well, but the military does not handle it well.
Nobody knew about that for years. I kept that to myself for years.
That's damn near a career-ending
And
thing.
then I started speaking out about it. Sean, when Sean committed suicide, I didn't talk about that for a year. I wouldn't, for 6 months, I didn't talk to anyone here in Indiana at all.
Yeah, I can't imagine you'd want to.
If somebody would call me from home and I did answer it, the second they mentioned, "How are you doing?" Well, Sean, or I'd hang up on them. It was extremely rough, and I didn't want to talk about it. I wouldn't talk about it. And I remember it was about a year later, we were sitting around the fire drinking at a buddy's house at Fort Jackson. And I just started bawling, dude. Like, just broke the fuck down. And they were the first people I'd told about it. Like, truly told about it. Several people knew that my brother had committed suicide, but they didn't know in-depth shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the first time I truly got into the nitty-gritty of it and how it affected me. But I still wasn't talking about my situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Korea, years later. So what, Korea was 2013. It would have been around the summer of 2013 that I started talking about my issues and how Afghanistan had affected me and how Sean's death had affected me. And the only reason I did is because, again, I'd become an NCO. I'd started to try to change myself for the better. And it got to a point in Korea where mentally I was in a horrible spot. I'd walk out of my room, and if you smiled at me, I wanted to punch you in the mouth. Like, hated you because you were happy.
Yeah.
So I went to my platoon sergeant one time because I was a squad leader. I went to the platoon sergeant, and I told him, I was like, hey, I need to go to mental health. I needed to do something, and I said, I need to go to mental health. I'm having a rough time. And it was in the middle of a division change of command week. So we were all practicing that, and it was just the stress of that and everything, all the taskings and everything that were coming down it was overwhelming, and I had to do something. So after, we had just finished practicing for the day, and I told him, I was like, I've got to see mental health. He dropped everything, passed the platoon off to another guy, put me in his car, and took me to mental health.
That's good.
And then I didn't talk to a therapist again for a little over a year. I mean, I talked more than just that one time, so it wasn't just one day. But while I was in the Army, it wasn't a constant thing. And a lot of it was because of the stigma that was put on mental health.
Yeah.
There's a huge stigma, and there are some higher leaders now trying to change that and make it acceptable to go. But the stigma was there, and I did not want to perpetuate that stigma, if that makes sense.
Oh, for sure. I get it.
So I avoided mental health like the plague for quite a while, even after having gone. And then getting out, Elohan, getting out of the Army. I'd seen a couple therapists in the Army, but I got out, and I knew I could go and not have to worry about that stigma anymore. And the therapist I had for the first 2 years out of the Army was a godsend. If I could buy her a Christmas, birthday, every holiday that warrants a present, if I could buy her a present every one of those holidays, I would. Just to say thanks for the level of support and level of assistance she had given me throughout, and growing and learning how to deal with some of the things that I needed to deal with, because she was a godsend, man. Unfortunately, she quit working for the VA.
Yeah.
As 4 other therapists have as well since I've been out of the Army since 2016. So, but she was phenomenal. And I wish I could thank her every day for the things she's done. Literally on the day my dad died, she called me.
Yeah.
We were at the hospital and I got a call from her. And she was checking on me. So, and
I think, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think mental health medicine is very underrated in American society. I think it's...
Well, I don't use medicine.
No. I mean medicine, even in just in therapy. You know?
Okay,
I consider that a medicine, not actual pharmaceuticals. I'm talking.
Okay, I get it now.
The actual act of going through therapy and discussing things. It's very underrated. I mean, a lot of people are scared that, you know, they're gonna talk to somebody and then get thrown into like a mental ward or something, which I don't quite understand, mostly because they don't really exist anymore. But you know, when I went through that breakup with Hillary, I was it was my, let's just say it was my first major like relationship.
Yeah.
And when we broke up, man, I just could not think. I just stopped eating. It was fucking weird.
That
it was
shit can be rough.
It was very strange because it was my first real heartbreak, and I went to a therapist.
Fucking on.
I was
Sorry, I had a burp. I couldn't.
I was legit like going to a therapist like 2 times a week, you know, and talking to this guy about,
I can't talk to a guy.
It just happened to be a dude, and he was just like, so where you at? Like, what are you doing? And at first it was just kind of getting to know him, and then...
Oh, that groundbreaking period sucks.
Yeah, for sure. And then a year and a half went by, and I discovered a lot about me that I just really didn't know. And unfortunately, he retired, and I just haven't felt the nerve to really find a new one. But yeah, therapy is fucking great, man. I think so.
Is that stuff that you found out about you, his opinion of you, though?
No, it was more of like connecting the dots.
No, they guide you. They guide you through it, dude. It's not.
It's not like your answers equal this, or you said this and this is what I think. It's more like, okay, so you're having X problem. Give me a history about, you know, how you grew up, or, you know,
I have an extra spot on construction sim ratchet if you want.
or like, here's an example that I really didn't understand until
Streaming Boys with an I.
The best example that I have is my compulsion to eat everything all at once.
I feel that.
It's just fucking awful, and I hate it. It stems from a problem I had with in the relationship that I had with Hillary, but the
Password.
8838.
but it stems from that I grew up with in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house with 7 people, and that we were low income, so the minute food was brought into the household,
Oh, we can leave, guys. It's full.
you know, it's as soon as it came in, there were 7 people trying to get at it. So the mentality that I grew up with was, if you don't get in there and get to it first, you're not going to get anything.
This sounds fucked up. It was like a puppy mill. The way puppies from puppy mills.
You know
Very
what?
much
You
so.
know what's gonna
Turned out
sound.
really
You know
fast
what's gonna
eater.
sound crazy. Because I mean, you know how I grew up with my dad. We didn't live bad. I mean, everything. Dad made decent money before he had his heart attacks and everything. So, things were all right. However, when I lived in Maryland, things were not as good. We were dirt fucking poor. Like, didn't know if the water was going to be hot at the end of the month.
Need to excavate some
shit
more.
like that.
Yeah.
So, moving in with my dad and being able to eat whenever was fucking a whole new experience. And that's part of the reason I was so big.
Yeah, and you know, mom did her best to cook with what she had and make enough so everybody could have some. And you know, I never went hungry. I'm not saying like I starved or anything. It's just that
You didn't have extras.
when there's fucking 5 other kids all wanting the Rice Krispies that she just fucking bought, like, you better have your fucking bowl and spoon ready, because there ain't gonna be any more of that anytime soon.
Yep.
And it was always just gone. It was always gone. We get groceries on Sundays, and then by Tuesday, fucking like pulling, you know, jars out of the cabinet to make chili or whatever. You know, it was always fucking gone quickly. And so
Last
when
screen over there, friend.
you know, even right now, like, I really want to get up and, you know, there's fucking snacks 20 feet away from me. I want to just get up and just go take 3 bags and just fucking munch on them. But it's knowing that I don't need to do that. It's just a reflex of my upbringing. And I never would have connected those dots if I hadn't talked to somebody about it. If someone hadn't, like, gone, oh, you grew up with 4 siblings and 2 parents, and money was super tight, like, that's the reason why you want to eat all the time, you know. I think therapy is really good for people.
Actually, you want to rent another dumper so you can tag along with Jordan?
I was gonna say, if he wants, have him run the excavator, because I'm getting rid of logs.
Oh fuck, it's midnight.
Yep.
That's a work day for you guys, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, fuckers, get fucked.
Yep, a few hours.
Define work day.
You know, what is
You have to
work?
wake up at a decent hour.
Yeah, ish.
Have to go deal with stupidity all day. It's a work day. Yo, it's like, this week's gonna fucking suck donkey dick. I get to train one of the supervisors in training.
Sorry you didn't get to talk too much, Jordan. We kind of...
That's cool. I've been muted most of the night.
Why?
One of those kind of off days where, like, everything that comes out of my mouth is gonna be an asshole thing usually. I figured it'd be a good day to just mute and just enjoy the game and listen to music.
There you go.
I
Ain't nothing
feel
wrong with
that.
The reason why I didn't get on until late, I was out driving around just fucking listening to music.
I feel those days.
I was just mean to Franco. First part of the day.
Like, I hope not all your loads are like that, or else you might end up with another girlfriend. Those smallest.
They're small and they miss where they're aimed for most of the time.
Oh, jeez.
Pretty small and just all over in my hair, you know?
Ugh.
Well, if you weren't so fucking close to me,
I thought I was gonna
I
say,
can't,
if you weren't so
literally,
fucking hot.
literally can't even fucking turn around.
You know, the whole time he was running the dump truck for me and I was excavating, I didn't have a problem.
It's weird, because he was right up in my ass. Seems like he liked my little load.
Well, I'm getting tag teamed right now by excavators, so
That is actually kind of funny to witness from my point of view.
why don't I just...
Get the fuck
You're
out of here.
definitely in the middle of a hardcore double stuffing.
Now you're too far away from me.
They're children.
God,
Yeah,
you fucking
and
suck. at
for the
this.
first time in Dave's life, his load missed target.
Yeah, he's definitely hit some loads.
Yeah, so Spinner, you may
At least
just want to
3
stay in
times.
that because you're going to be dumping that thing left and right.
It's rotating because there's dirt underneath it. It's doing that rotate thing. That's what
Yeah.
I figured out when I was...
That's what I figured out. As soon as I got out, if you're on uneven ground, it'll just sit there and fucking spin.
Yep.
Like I said, Hot Wheel tires, bro.
Hot Wheel tires. Like those power wheels.
Yeah, honestly, it does. Like, it looks like that style tire on there. That real shiny, fucking hard plastic.
Doesn't grip shit. Hey, Ratchet. I know you have 3 kids, but can you get your load into the hole?
It goes where it wants.
Yeah.
You got
I'm about
Frank and
buried
Ratchet trying
over-
to dock.
Well, we definitely touched tips. Didn't we, Ratchet?
I didn't even see your bucket.
Story of
set-
my life.
You gonna take it?
He's the one that took it, and he just didn't see it. God damn it, that's not what I wanted to do.
You're wrong, but I think we're gonna run into a problem eventually.
Ramp on the other side.
Yeah, we dug next to our ramp instead of farthest away from our ramp.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a ramp.
How the fuck did you get in here, Frank?
I drove right over the
Christ,
edge.
man.
Let's move to the other side.
That game definitely needs some optimizing.
No, you stay behind us.
Oh, I have to go to a gas station anyways.
Just sell it and buy a new one.
Thank God, no.
You won't ever have to go to the gas station. You do that.
That's some Jeff Bezos kind of shit right there. Oh, my Ferrari's out of fuel. Let me just buy another.
That's some Dubai shit. I can't get up this hill.
Ooh, 13 grand in maintenance costs.
Yeah, it gets expensive to repair that shit, dude.
Budro!
Oh, Buddy, we need a 4th now.
I need a mechanic.
And mechanic.
Yeah.
Alright. Y'all have a good night. I'm out.
Later, Jordan.
Later.
Later. Hey, Butter, fuck you. You need to get a goddamn headset on there. Alright. Later.
$38 short. I think that's the best I can do for you.
You able to come out one day this week, Budro?
Yeah, should be able to. You not hear me last night?
No, I didn't hear a word you said last night.
No. I was answering the whole time.
So I made comments about you hadn't left yet. That was why you couldn't speak.
Normally this one doesn't act up.
Know what's happening.
I dropped a bucket of dirt on you on accident.
What was that sound effect?
And you went under the earth.
What did?
Spinner did.
Jesus.
That was rough.
What was rough?
I just went flying.
Oh. Oh, I'm out of my vehicle.
Yeah, you stepped out.
It's been full for a while.
I know. I had to go use the latrine.
Oh my god, what just happened?
You guys happened. What in the world is going on here?
Bro, you were out of the vehicle, and I dumped a bucket of dirt on you on accident, and you literally ended up under the map.
Me, it made this scream, you know, like the old horror movies?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the animation it makes when you fall on this game. The sound it makes when you fall.
Yeah, I was just like, ah! Or whatever.
But that could
Fredder, you want to join?
Wish Corey could join us.
Same.
God, stop making me feel bad.
Oh, it's not your fault. I mean, it kind of is, if we're
Technically
trying to
it is.
gaslight you.
Yeah, it for sure is my fault. I could have done more today, I think, but I didn't. I'm also in this weird limbo because my debit card is fucking expired, so I have to wait to get a new one.
That's why you get a Cash App card.
I'm just fucking.
And then
Hate
you,
my life right
when you
now.
need to transfer stuff to that, or when if you have issues, you can transfer it straight from your bank.
Yeah, I've got a credit card, so
Oh, you're
fine.
good.
It's just I don't like using my fucking credit card. Because I don't get cash back on most of the purchases. Only fuel and groceries. So it's kind of useless.
That helps you build credit.
Oh,
Why?
I've got great credit now because I've been using it just for those two things.
Hello.
Giant champion.
Who's
squad.
here?
What the fuck is that?
Did you come back in, Budro?
No, I'm still here.
Who left?
I'm joined.
Was it you, Han?
Silence.
Silence from Han normally means yes.
Is that why he doesn't answer us when we ask him?
Did you just land that?
Yeah, he did.
Did you see that shit?
Oh. It's like some BMX kind of shit, like X Games stuff.
Excavator games. Ayo.
Yeah. On this episode of Dad Jokes.
Dad jokes are the best. I don't care what you fucking say.
What makes it a
You know-
dad joke, though?
Well,
It's
you know how
dumb.
yeah, you know how a train's been through?
What?
So do you know how a train's been through?
You heard it?
Like a train's been by. No, they always leave tracks.
Huh?
Ah.
You're gonna have to tell that one to Chris,
Who the fuck is Chris?
Corey's
My brother.
who fucking loves trains.
Christoph Christofferson. The Robert of the Chris's.
Robert.
My
Robert is his middle name.
Oh, is it?
You guys have butchered the fuck out of this area.
I want to blame this all on somebody else that started it. I just joined to help.
Ah, yes. A man of true culture. Takes no blame for the work done.
Is there no way for you to bump me? Or can you excavate me out a little spot that I can put this thing?
Hey, Ratchet.
Hmm.
What do I do with a champion scroll?
Champion it.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, you don't know? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
That's a wiki question.
It is a week.
Goodbye again.
Han must be having issues tonight.
Honotero?
Hey, Ratchet, you go down the ramp, I'm gonna reset. You just come in behind me. Or I'll come in behind you.
No, you
We'll
would.
start,
Oh, that sounds
we'll start
hot.
excavating.
What's the name?
Pull up
Chupapi
alongside of
Muñano?
me.
Alright, where
You know that doesn't actually
where
mean
you
anything,
excavating?
right?
Right.
I'm trying to dump in your fucking... Never mind.
I'm currently dumping in my bucket.
Put it in his bucket.
Streaming boys with an eye.
I'm gonna create Spinner
Type in streaming.
logo as well.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fidget spinner.
Yeah, I will. No, not a fidget spinner.
Oh, it's gonna be.
That isn't how I got my name.
How'd
That's
you get
not
your
how I
name?
got that nickname.
You want me to put it as a spinning dick?
Yes.
Sure, yeah, that's closer. Yeah,
You
damned
spin
fidget
me
spinner.
right round, baby.
What's your password?
8838.
Where are you going? Stay there.
I'll cater. Oh God, Frank. Jesus.
Never mind. Go wherever you want.
Whatever Frank's doing, FPS 0.
Yeah, I'm cap 10 at the moment.
FPS left the chat.
Hold nah, Corey, I had this 1999 Monte Carlo that I used to rip around the e-brake like a Ken Block or something.
Okay.
On top of it all, it's one of those foot e-brakes. It's not an
Oh,
actual
God.
like,
You don't even have
hand
a-
e-brake.
Oh shit. Okay.
So you'd press it to engage it, and then you'd press it again to disengage it.
Right.
Well, I got really good at drifting with that thing. I mean, really good. Sort of.
Not really, but I thought I was good.
Yeah, I thought I was the hottest shit on this side of the Mississippi. And so I'd go ride, like, I'd drift around people's vehicles. I'd park like right next to them or like right in front of them, like whatever I was feeling. And Cody Lawler just got this Bronco. I don't know if you remember his Bronco he had.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I sure do.
So he just got that thing. and I come screaming into the parking lot, like always. I do like 3 loops around him sideways, and I go to park in front of him. And when I go and park in front of him, I mean, this is like, it would have been beautiful, but my car jumped literally like 6 inches, knocked my headlight out on his front bumper, hit his truck. He gets out of his truck and he just yells, yeah, just all kinds of pissed off, just red in the face. Just, God damn it, Spinner. And from that day on, there are people that didn't know my first name. Hell, I don't think Jordan knew my first name.
That's fucking funny.
Everyone just knew me as Spinner.
I'm pretty sure I had you as a friend on Facebook for quite some time, so.
Yeah.
And his name was Dakota Spinner Stout.
Yeah, so I knew your first name. That's what I was getting at.
Don't lie.
I knew you from Michaela, so I always knew you as Dakota.
Yep. Her and I, whenever I go home, her and I always sit around and play The Sims, like eat junk food. Her mom's baking. Oh my Atlanta. I gained like 5 pounds when I leave that house, and I'm not ashamed to tell it. That whole family knows how to bake.
How's she doing? I haven't talked to her in years.
So far, like, pretty decent, I think. I don't know if she's still seeing the same guy. It's been nearly a year. We kind of talked off and on through Snapchat here and there.
Yeah.
So far, pretty good. I think she works at a daycare and whatnot.
Who is it?
Michaela Hendrickson.
Don't know her. You guess who I saw over the weekend? Merle Pickett.
Oh, Lord.
Let's see.
I brought your name up.
Oh, Lord. No.
Now's your time to shine, bud.
Told her you'd been talking about her.
Why can't I dig some of this fucking dirt?
Because it press V, you'll see that it's green.
Password.
838.
Oh.
Like everything else. Some form of combination of 8s and 3s.
All I heard was 838 the first time.
Pretty close.
Close enough to go to a hammer.
Y'all are dicking down this dump truck in the worst way possible. I'm somehow high-centered on dirt.
That's because we've both been pissing on both sides of the pot. Here, let me grab it for you. Get under there.
Stay out of there. That's my no-no square. Here, just drag me with your bucket.
I am fucked up right now. God damn
Well, you better yell at the corner of the dirt for not being able to turn, because you yelled at me earlier.
it.
It's like the same spot I was in, it's just solid dirt though.
I don't know that I'm helping or hurting.
Well, you can't be doing worse than fucking me.
Well, this is cancer. Hold on, I'll just do one of those.
Go waiting on it to sink.
I can only imagine why.
Yep, stay right there.
So, I'm not going anywhere, I'm stuck again, so. Or you might as well just get another excavator or something, or just hang out for once it sinks. It's a little wild over here at the moment.
I'll grab one once it sinks.
I'm gonna dig your ass into that, alright? Ah, girl.
Oh. Deeper.
I'm working on it.
I think
you
we
done?
got the game fucked.
Was
Because it doesn't even show when I pick stuff up anymore.
cause you're in the green area, Ratchet.
I just fucking swung over here.
It's green.
I'm
To your right.
Oh no!
If you 180, it's red. That big ass pile.
yeah, where I've been digging this whole time.
That just moved. I watched
Bucket,
that one.
bucket full of dirt. It shows I'm empty.
Don't worry about that, you know? It'll
Fuck me.
buff. It'll buff. Yeah, you know what, Frank? I'm tired and I got a headache. I think I'll just leave.
What?
You're supposed to dig out my rear end, but
I'm trying.
yeah, I told you I'm tired and I have a headache though.
I get it now.
That's the best time.
Don't worry, this will help you get rid of your headache. I'm not able to get much at the moment.
What my uncle always told me.
That he wasn't able to get much at the moment.
That would not surprise me coming from
Turn
your
the other way.
uncle.
Turn the other way. Other way.
Tight dog nod in it.
Yeah. Just famous quote to date.
And I about had a fucking heart attack today.
Well,
Why? Because you got a bad heart and you're drinking Monsters?
Don't worry about that. Yeah, your uncle spent $700 today.
What?
for a
You
headache.
should,
Yeah.
I was about to say empty your bucket.
Fucking retarded, I think.
I'll start boiling some eggs.
Still not synchronized.
That's
I
probably
could-
what I'm going to.
I could only imagine why. We only have 7% more to go. 6 more.
I'm just walking to you.
Until this job's done, I doubt it's gonna synchronize.
Tell me about too hard to do this job. Can't even fucking do it.
A little higher in your bucket dumps. I think you're dumping underneath me.
I'm falling into the earth.
This has nearly made $100,000 off of dirt.
Oh, ran a red light.
Oh, there we go. Let's move these machines out of here. For the love of God.
Showing everything's working.
My pile of dirt stuck over here.
Alright, I'm getting off here. You want to pay me, Spinner?
I'll pay you.
Did you?
I said, how do I?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off of here too.
Finances.
Hey, it was good talking with you, Corey.
Yeah,
He's
you
gonna
too,
want
man.
paid too.
Y'all be good.
Later.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Y'all don't die.
We'll try not to.
Too late.
Yeah, you go to company, then finances, then money transfer. Oh,
He yawns
somebody,
like it's no big deal.
somebody paid me.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, hold on. I couldn't accept it.
Give me 15 more seconds. I'll actually pay you. It was a literal dollar.
You fucked.
Yeah.
Didn't.
I'm
There's
probably
no-
charging as well, Spinner.
All right, you guys have a good night. If there's anyone watching the stream,
I sent you